Welcome to Village Church Connections. I'm David Pavey. A story about golf caught my attention recently. It concerned Bobby Jones, one of history's greatest golfers. Competing as an amateur, he won his first major title, the U.S. Open, in 1923, to begin his 8th-season domination of the sport. Although he won the Grand Slam in 1930, Jones' most impressive achievements is his record in the U.S. Open. In the 1920s, Jones won the event 4 times and also had 4 runner-up finishes. But more than all his victories on the golf course, Bobby Jones is known for what happened in the 1925 U.S. Open, when he gave us a lesson in integrity. He inadvertently touched his ball. Now, nobody saw him touch the ball, but that didn't matter. He couldn't violate his conscience, so he assessed himself a 1-stroke penalty, and by doing so he lost the Open by that 1 stroke. When tournament officials found out what had happened, they began to compliment him for his integrity. Jones simply responded, "You might as well praise me for not breaking into banks. There's only one way to play this game." Bobby played by the rules, period. He was a man of integrity. One sports writer wrote, "In the opinion of many people, of all the great athletes, Bobby Jones came the closest to being what we would call a great man." Jones could have won the tournament, but he would have lost his integrity, and for him, winning the U.S. Open wasn't worth compromising his integrity. In Proverbs 10 verse 9, the Bible tells us that the man of integrity walks securely, but he who takes crooked paths will be found out. In the era of fake news, the words of the prophet Isaiah warn, "What sorrow for those who say that evil is good and good is evil, that dark is light and light is dark, that bitter is sweet and that sweet is bitter." The problem is that our moral compass can't find true north if we don't acknowledge God, our Creator and our Redeemer. Like Israel of old, when every man does that which is right in his own eyes, there is no standard for integrity. Integrity can be defined as the steadfast adherence to a moral or ethical code. It defines someone who is in private what he is in public. It is what causes a witness to tell the truth on the witness stand when no one else will know. Integrity is what keeps employees from cheating on overtime hours or expense accounts. Integrity is what keeps us faithful to our wives or husbands when away on trips. A great example of integrity in the Bible is Daniel, a Jewish exile in Babylon, who rose to the highest ranks of leadership in the government of Nebuchadnezzar. The Bible states that the administrators tried to find grounds for charges against Daniel in his conduct of government affairs, but they were unable to do so. The Bible says they could find no corruption in him because he was trustworthy and neither corrupt nor negligent. He was a man of integrity. So the administrators set a trap for Daniel, but still failed to make him compromise his worship of the living God, which is what landed him in the den of lions, where God honored him by shutting the mouths of the animals and eventually liberating him. Our contemporary culture is crying out to see men and women of integrity. We have seen a generation of leaders pass from one moral crisis to another, from Watergate to Monica-gate to Russia-gate. Our culture is reaping the results of a lack of integrity in high places. It's no wonder polls and voters seem to indicate that integrity doesn't count anymore, in America anyway. Well, it's easy to point the finger at others, but am I a man of integrity? Are you a person of integrity? No doubt we seek to be, though hopefully aware of our imperfections. Our ultimate example, of course, is not Daniel, but Jesus, who said he always did those things that pleased God his Father. If we follow him and invite him to transform us by renewing our minds, as the Bible teaches, we'll be well on the road to integrity, like Bobby Jones, the golfer. King Solomon hit the nail on the head when he observed, "The man of integrity walks securely, but he who takes crooked paths will be found out." Thank you for tuning in to Village Church Connections.